Nate, the FitFutureMD here. This is my reaction to Graham Stephan and extreme frugalism. Okay, so I am currently 36 years old, and I went to college. So from 18 to 26 years old, I feel like I lived as frugal as possible. But that frugality was to get me a degree, right? So that I could have a better job. Whereas Graham Stephan got a certificate and lived frugally and put his money into investments, right? So currently, he's 32 years old and probably worth $20 to $25 million. And I'm in student loan debt, right? So it was still the same frugality. Like, I was literally living on like 12 grand a year while going to college, and whereas he was living probably on 12 grand a year, but making money, right? So was it the extreme frugalism, or was it the ability to make money and therefore have more time in the market, right? I think it was the ability to make money and have more time in the market, right? And it just so happened that, he went, when he started investing his money, America went on the, 8-year bull run, and had a, little recession in 2018. And then, another bull run, then a crash, and now another 3-year bull run, right? So but time in the market is always going to beat trying to time the market, right? That's what they say. For him, it clearly shows the case. Now, I'm 36, he's 32. Later in life, I might catch up with him, right? And surpass him greatly. But he became a YouTuber. So if he was still just in real estate, whatever that job that he was doing out of high school, I might be able to surpass him, right? Later in life as my income increased. But he became a YouTuber, and I'm trying to become a YouTuber as well, right? But so there's an apples to oranges there, right? Like, but my reaction to his extreme frugalism that caused him to be able to invest, we were doing that in college. Like, we were literally living like broke as possible, like literally on the poverty level. Like, in the summers we were missing meals, losing 20, 30, 40 pounds. Like I say, when I was in medical school, I went from 280 to 220, right? Literally lost 60 pounds, in one semester because of frugality, right? Like, and, so really, I think it's definitely more about time in the market. And I wasn't really going to go that way with this video, but now I'm sitting here rationalizing through it. It really is about time in the market. So I was looking at statistics the other day, trying to figure out, like, well, what's the best move here, right? Because most of my money, a third of my money is going to pay back student loan debt, right? Whereas somebody that didn't go to college, they can take that third and invest that third. right? Where I'm on the opposite side, right? I'm paying the banks, and then other people, they can take the third and the banks are paying them. And honestly, salary wise, it's really not that much higher than what I could have got with experience, right? But I digress, on that one. But yeah, so there are definitely investments that I can make now that will absolutely catch me up by the time I'm 40, 45, or 50 to someone that started, this is back, you went, back in the day, there's this game called Life, right? Which I just recently played. I had no idea it existed. Would have helped out a lot though, right? But game of life where you could choose to go to college or choose to not. And, most of the time, the person that went to college did end up winning the game, but there was always that small percentage that won the game without going to college, right? So there's also the percentage where the person that went to college was the worst one, right? So, and this is not a hate on college because, but the question then really remains is was the sacrifice of frugalism but the experience of college worth the delay, right? So was being able to party with good friends and having all these memories and, all that kind of stuff worth the debt you're having to repay now, right? Because really what and Graham touches on this is that he bought a Lotus Elise, and that Lotus Elise let him network with rich millionaire car guys and therefore got him clients in real estate, right? Whereas, a college student, that's the purpose really of college, is networking with people that come from a different walk of life than you. I was raised in a farmhouse on US 70 business, single mother household, when I went to Meredith's mother's house, I thought Meredith lived in a freaking mansion. I'm like, oh man, this girl is rich, but still good with money. And I was like, oh man, she's rich, but that's beside the point. And then when Meredith saw my house, it's like, oh my God, he really did live, the way he talks. And, so it's just perception, right? But really the American dream really is to change those stripes, right? To go from the farmhouse to the big house, right? To go, to get the big house, the nice cars, the beautiful family, beautiful children, that's the American dream, right? And the question here for this video is it worth sacrificing that for later to go to college, still living frugally, because you have to live frugal in college, especially if you're going as a poor kid, right? To live frugally in college versus, getting a certificate and networking in different ways. And I'd say both have merit, right? But to get there the other way, I guess either way has extreme frugality, right? I've stretched a $5 pizza 5 days before, you know what I mean? So that kind of stuff, it's It's definitely an interesting question, right? I say that, to me, I say, now thinking about it, I probably would not give up those memories even to be worth $25 million right now. But, there again, it was more about the network that you created, right? So give that some thoughts, guys, when you're making your decision on what you, which direction in your life you want to go. Like, this is talking to a lot younger audience, right? So you're 18, you're thinking about, should I go to college? Should I get a certificate? It's really about where you're at, right? Because the truth is, coming from a household that did not save to go to college, I did not have a plan of how to pay for college. My plan was always, we'll go work in a rural area and somebody in the hospital will pay back all these loans, right? That was always the plan, right? Somebody will pay you, you're going to be so good that somebody will pay you and get rid of that stuff. And that kind of was a bad plan, right? And now I'm in my 30s, which I'm in very nice, very peak physical health, luckily. But when I left college, I was not, right? I was barely able to get off the couch without being injured. And, luckily that woke my eyes up and got me back into health and nutrition. And, and then honestly, I would have never even looked into investing coming from where I come from. I would have never even looked into investing if it wasn't for the student loan debt, right? So when you go back and look at your life and you compare it to what others are telling you to do, if you did not have those experiences, the outcome of your life would be different, right? And this is kind of where I'm going with this video. Like, it wasn't the frugality, it wasn't the fact that I had these experiences, it wasn't compared to what Stephan's talking about, extreme frugality, where you're literally bringing a sandwich to a restaurant instead of eating from the restaurant to go out with friends. Like, that's extreme, ridiculous frugality. And he talks about it as something that he definitely regretted, but I would say that it's the experiences that make you who you are. But once those experiences are over, you have to invest to impress, right? Like, you have to take the extra income that you're making from college and invest it so that it works for you. Because you're basically going to have to take and catch up, right? Like, if you're going negative in the hole to get through college, you have to catch up with someone that was able to start at 18, get $50,000, put $50,000 right into a house, and the house is compounding, right? Like I say, when I was 18 years old, they would have given me a house, in my dog's name, right? And the market was red hot in real estate from 05 to 07. Like, you're talking about 400, 500% jumps in every year. You know what I'm saying? So you're talking about, you could have bought a house at 180, next year it was 360, next year it was 700, right? So hindsight's always 20/20. But like I said, I think the experiences that I got have made me who I am. I wouldn't even know anything about investing if it wasn't for college, if it wasn't for student loan debt. I would have just been a regular worker that spent my whole paycheck every week. I would have had nice cars, nice clothes, chains. I would have been wearing the name brand clothing, running around in Jordans, Maybe I still would have started a YouTube channel. Probably wouldn't have been have anything to do with finance or fitness, you know. But it's still good to live frugal. You know, I still live frugal. I had to live frugal my whole life. So nothing has changed as far as that. The only thing that's changed is what I'm doing with my money. I'm making my money work for me. And hopefully you will too. Like I say, I got an investment course coming soon, as soon as I have time to complete it. And I know it's going to help you. Like I say, I'm going to give it away for free until it's perfected. Just like I do my fitness and nutrition plan, which is down below. Like I say, I lost 30 pounds in 30 days using the plan. So I know it can help you. If you have any questions, go to FitFutureMD@gmail.com and send me an email. Obviously shop at Ensorsale. You know, Ensorsale is family. Together we can inspire others through the sayings on our clothing. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.